I think I might have to try Botox, though, soon, unfortunately. Hello, welcome to Middle-Aged Millennial MILF Podcast. I'm here with a very dear friend, the legend, Sherrill Bodine. You are. I was really excited. I started speaking to my mom again for a teeny bit of time, and I showed her your picture, and I said, I met the most glamorous woman in the whole world. And my mom goes, that was your Nana? I said, no, it's Sherrill Bodine. And I showed your picture. And she had to concede. Had never once. I was like, I won.
Well, I will tell you that I thought podcasts, I didn't realize I was going to be on camera. Thank goodness I put on a little makeup, but I'm kind of like Dolly Parton when I get up in the morning and I get ready for the day because, my philosophy is that if destiny knocks and you have to say, wait, natural beauty takes an hour and a half, it's going to move on. So I've got to be ready. So I'm kind of ready. This is my very first podcast.
Really? Oh, yes. I feel so honored. Well, this will be the first of many, I think.
Oh, I'm excited. So tell me about this one. I mean, everybody seems to be doing them, but I'm thrilled. So lead me through this so I don't make any mistakes.
Oh, no, you're fine. This is just, I started it wanting to kind of share with the world, my friends, people that I think are amazing and should be shared with, your empire. I want to hear about this trip. It was around the world in 180 days, right?
140.
140.
Yeah.
So where all did you go? Okay, what was your favorite?
It started, we did the snow monkeys in northern Japan first. And then we left from Hong Kong. Not Hong Kong, what am I saying? It left from Tokyo and it ended up in New York. And they were fabulous parties for the world travelers, the world cruisers. There were other people on board. They would come on for a segment or two or three or four. But the world cruisers stayed on from Tokyo to New York. And they were fabulous parties. There was a private party at Versailles, which was out of this world. I mean, really. I've never been at a private party at Versailles before. And perhaps will never be again, but I have been there once. So it was great. But as I was saying, what's really cool is that I was working on this mystery series about the Empress of Bubbles, about someone in the champagne industry. But while I was on the trip, I thought, I have spent a lot of time the last few years on cruises. Thank you very much. So I'm going to do a cruise series. I pitched it to my agent, and she loves it. And I'm working on the first book right now.
I think it's going to do amazing.
Well, I was going to be authentic anyway.
But cruising is huge. And honestly, it's big with my generation. A lot of my friends, cruises are the vacations they choose.
Well, why not? I mean, I call it a taste of the world. Because we were in the longest one, we were in like 3 days, one of the ports. You can see a lot in 3 days, but you're tasting the world. Sometimes you're only there for a day. Sometimes you're overnight. And what I did was if I was overnighting or we weren't leaving till like midnight, I would get off the ship and I would find a really cool restaurant, like a Michelin star or something, and try it out. And one of the coolest restaurants, you're not going to believe this, in Greenland, Nuuk, Greenland, which is the capital of the country, is teeny tiny. And we went to this restaurant at the top of this hotel, and the food was so outstanding that I said to the owner, I said, you have a Michelin star, right? And he said, no, but we're working on it. They should have one. It was outstanding. I mean, I love, when you eat on the shore because you get the real flavor of the country. I love that. I mean, I love the sights, the smells, the sounds. That's why you travel. It was wonderful.
That's so funny you talk about Greenland. Our youngest is obsessed with Greenland right now and wants to go. Yes, he was telling us all about Greenland. On my birthday, he listed off 2 cities per country that he wants to visit.
And one of them is Greenland.
It was, yes, he was. No,
Wow.
yes, he was all for it. So I will have to tell him that
Oh,
there's a restaurant there.
there's not a lot. There's not a lot in North Greenland, but we had a wonderful experience. We were able to like visit a home, and the home that I happened to visit, she was a former teacher, and she had, she'd made these cakes that are very indicative of Greenland, and we had tea, and she had somebody playing music. It was just lovely. It really, really was. It was great. There were those wonderful moments. Now we did go up. Now I have been to Africa many times because I love the African continent, but I had not been up the West Coast. And the west coast of Africa is quite different than Kenya and Tanzania and South Africa. Very, very different, very much poorer. I still did some really interesting game drives there, but it was really quite an experience. I mean, I don't think it's for everybody. South Africa is great. The vineyards are great. It's a really interesting place. They have some great game reserves too. But it was just wonderful. The trip, a lot of the places I had been to before, because thank you, I've been able to, I'm going to toast Destiny. I've been able to
Yes.
have a lot of cruises. Mm. However, this one, I hit some new places, and I hit Sri Lanka, and the trip was
Oh,
supposed to go to India, but because of geopolitical situations, they could not do that because we had to go through the canal. So we went to Sri Lanka, which is as close to, it's very Indian. The culture is very, very strong Indian. It was great. And I love going into all the way different people worship all over the world. It's really fascinating. I mean, really, really fascinating. That's why you travel, the architecture, the people, the culture, the food. So when I say that, yes, some people are trying to get over their baby weight. When I say I was literally eating and drinking my way around the world, that's no joke. And so that's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to lose before the holidays. I'm not sure this champagne will help, but we were toasting some success at my writers meeting, which just ended.
certain things are worth it. You'll
Well,
just do a little extra walk later, burn it right
uh,
off.
no, I'm done for the day. I did my walk earlier.
There you go. Then you
Tomorrow,
preloaded. There you
I
go.
did. I did. And tomorrow's a new day, right?
Exactly. So, what was your favorite place that you saw
Oh my
that was
God.
just made the whole thing worth it?
Everybody asks that. And honestly, Sarah, every day, there's magic everywhere and there's joy everywhere. I mean, you just have to see it. And I am blessed the fact that I do see it. And every place I went, there was something I took away from it. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the private party at Versailles, that was pretty spectacular. And what was really, really lovely is my daughter, my oldest daughter, was able to join me for a month. And one of the things during that month was that private party at Versailles. And it was spectacular to be in the Hall of Mirrors when it's just 178 people and the dinner. I think maybe you saw some of the pictures on my
Yes.
YouTube channel or my blog. Big, bigger,
Yes.
biggest dot life for all you listeners out there. um, yes, and do please post that
Yes.
my blog site and my YouTube channel. That was great. And then in Stockholm, which I had been to before, they had another private party, and it was in a building that used to belong to Nobel. He made ammunition, and then he started giving all of his money away. And it sounded like it was just going to be, a nice party. But it turned out that they brought in the cast from the West End of London, the Mamma Mia cast. Oh, it turned out to be a dance fest. You just never know what's going to break out. A party's going to
Oh,
break out. But there
oh,
was that wonderful, and then there was a wonderful party. I love Singapore. Have you ever been to Singapore?
no, but it looks beautiful.
It's very modern. It's so clean. You could literally give birth in the train station and not worry about infection. There was a wonderful party at the top of this. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name of the building. But it was spectacular to look over Singapore. There's just so much. The world is full of fascinating people and interesting things. But you know what I find when I travel, that we're all very similar. You look at mothers with their little kids, and mothers love their kids and they dress them beautifully. And it's even in the poorest countries, which were certainly the west coast of Africa, people they find happiness. I mean, they really do. And my heart broke in a few of those places. They were very sad. And so when I got home to Chicago, where we live in wonderful surroundings, and if anybody complains, I actually do have a word for them. I said, I want you to think about the people that I saw in Western Africa, on the west coast of Africa. Those are really challenges. So we are all very lucky. We are all very lucky. So I want to say that to all of you guys out there. Be thankful. Be thankful. I mean, the culture was beautiful. And I think that on one of my blogs, I posted this beautiful picture. I think we're in Senegal, maybe. Beautiful woman. She was dressed in this beautiful, because they all have certain cultural clothes that they wear. And she was gorgeous. And I think I found two pictures like that. And I asked them, may I take your picture? And then I mean, they didn't ask for money, but I left as much money in those countries as I could because I wanted to do something, and I took things from the ship and gave to people. Um, there's a lot of places in the world. I'm glad I visited them and they taught me a lot. They really did. Now, some people said that they would never go back to those places because they weren't glamorous. But I think you travel to learn. I think that travel is the best education in the world. It always has been for me. So I encourage everybody to do it. And I'm not just saying you have to go to Africa. I mean, there could be something you want to do in the town next to you. Like, for instance, this Christmas, I'm going to go to New Orleans for the Revlon dinners. I mean, there's a lot of things in America you can do.
I think that because we took the kids to Istanbul and Greece this summer for the first time.
Didn't you love it?
We loved it, but that was what I took away too, is that we're all the same, more or less. Like you said, mothers taking care of their children.
Right.
The food is a little different, but it's not that different. And that's kind of what we were trying to show the kids is we're all the same. And I feel like the people that are the most miserable never travel and don't want to see the world.
Well, I don't think they're curious. I mean, my YouTube channel is changing the focus to abundance, endless possibilities, curiosity, keep asking questions, keep exploring, still growing. The journey continues. And I'm actually now focusing on, we're just doing one coming up called, about women over, well, you're a baby, so this will not apply to you. But, these rules about women over 55 and what we're supposed to wear. Who made up those rules? I mean, really? Really? Oh, what? No, no. You can't go sleeveless after 50? I mean, really? I mean, no bold colors after 60? I mean, who says? I mean, that whole thing about question these things. If you're curious about it, it's all about what makes you feel powerful as a woman and who you want to be. I mean, some of these rules need to be kicked out the door. I certainly have done them.
I agree though, because I'm 41. I'm not a baby, but it's our generation. You know what I mean? I don't feel that my generation will follow those rules. I mean, in 15 years, I'll be over 55 and I'm going to dress the same as I do now.
Absolutely. And, over 75, I just modeled in a fashion show last night. And I'll be posting about that in my segment on YouTube about, who says we have to go by these rules after 55. But yeah, I mean, if you can still wear a miniskirt, I never could. So I'm not going to wear it now. There are things that I wear now because, I'm very short. But there's things that I wear now that, hey, I'm breaking all the rules, but why not? I feel good. I'm still growing. I'm still evolving, still becoming the woman I want to be. And that's what it's all about. You got to keep growing. You got to keep being curious. And so that's why I love to travel. I always find something new.
Yes. And the fashion. So yes.
Oh, the fashion. Oh my God. Yeah. You would have loved the fashion show last night. It was great fun. It's a dear friend of mine and she's very avant-garde. Now, what I was wearing was not so much, but some of them are way. She just got back from being Paris Fashion Week.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yes, it was great. She was in a show for up and coming, and she's over 55. So there you go. Follow your dreams. You know,
Yes.
you got a lot of time left. Although I think time is our most precious commodity. Don't waste a moment of it because we've all heard stories, and that's why I'm looking to book my next trip. Well, I did. I'm going to New Orleans. It'll be fun.
Yes.
It's only
That'll be
three
so
days.
fun.
Yeah, and it's something. It's a Cajun tradition. These Revlon dinners, and I love New Orleans anyway. I always tell people that if they can't get out of the country, go to New Orleans. It's very different. It's very different than other places in the U.S. So, just a hint out there for you travelers.
Yes, we went back to BoucherCon a few months ago. I was disappointed though. We went in 2019 and a lot of stuff had shut down. And I think that
Oh,
COVID
really?
kind of affected it. There was in the Garden District this big cemetery that was shut down now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not realize that. Well, I shouldn't. I mean, I hope I'm not disappointed, but I have not been back since COVID. So I hope that, I don't have some disappointments, but I'll make the best of it. We've got our dinner reservations and we've got some concerts set up, and I love the Garden District. I
Yes.
hope, I hope then, did you take the tour of the big cemeteries? Like, I think it's Louis One or Louis Two.
St.
Near
Louis. Yep. Yep.
yeah, you did. Those are so
Hmm.
interesting, aren't they?
Well, and the tombs, and it's spooky. We caught a ghost on our last ghost tour there.
Oh my God, you did a ghost
We
tour.
did a ghost tour and it was an old boys' home. It's a hotel now. And I took a picture and we were with somebody and she said, "Look at your pictures." And sure enough, there was a green entity in this picture. And I was like, oh
Oh, you're
my.
kidding.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
never,
You know what? I'll have to look for that. I'll look into that. How did you book that?
just online. We just look up, we do a ghost tour wherever we go. We did one in Istanbul. We did one in Athens.
Well, if you ever get to Scotland, do one in Edinburgh. Oh my God, they're so much fun. I mean, it's so old. Edinburgh is so old. It's one of my favorite cities. Of course, obviously, I didn't visit Edinburgh because I was on a cruise, but Edinburgh is fabulous. And I'm trying to think of someplace else that I really liked. I really like Sri Lanka, but I like everything. I always find something in every place I go, every place.
Well,
Because
that's
why not?
good.
Yeah. And even if I've been there before, I always get off the ship and find something new. I mean, there's always something new. There's a new restaurant, or there's a museum you haven't been to, or just any number of things. So I'm so glad you're traveling with the kids. That's great.
Yes, but it was, my mother died right when we got to Istanbul and we were gone for 3 weeks. So that
Oh,
was kind of,
honey, I'm so sorry.
oh no, well, it was unexpected, but it also kind of helped to be out in the world and it puts it in perspective. And we loved it. Our oldest did not like Istanbul. He said it was wet and the food was weird.
How old is he?
He just turned 16, and our 9-year-old said, "Well, that's fine. We'll come back without you."
Well, exactly. Well, 16-year-olds, they're very, dramatic and,
Piggy, that's it. He is. And he's into drama on the Broadway and stuff. So I think we need to take him to New York.
Oh, you do. You do for sure. Around
How's the,
Chicago, we have great theater here too.
I was going to say, how's the theater in Chicago? Because we
It's
need to get
good.
back.
Oh, you do? When are you coming?
I want to go next year for my birthday again.
That was nice.
It would
That
be
was
so,
very nice. What did you do for your birthday this year?
we just stayed in town. It was kind of with, like, you know what I mean? With losing my parents and stuff. I hung out with my brother. We went out to dinner. My friends celebrated me. And that was what was the most important to me. And I'm sure you feel the same way. Is just the people saying happy birthday to you and feeling appreciated and loved.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't go to London, not London, Paris Fashion Week because my friend was showing on October 2nd and my birthday's the 3rd. And my kids had planned something at Lake Geneva with the whole family. And my friend said, "Oh my God, you could get the midnight flight." And what if something happened? I said, no, I can't do that. But I've been celebrated quite a bit. So I have one more dinner that somebody's having for me on the 26th, like the very end of the Libra season. So
Hey, you have the full month. I feel like the full month is for you.
absolutely. And why wouldn't we have that? Come on.
Yes.
It's
I
our time.
I saw your picture from Lake Geneva. It looked beautiful.
Oh, it was fun. With all the little kids, and oh my gosh, it was great. It
You,
really, really was. And it was sort of bittersweet because I lost John 5 years ago.
Mhm.
So we had a lot of toast to him. And actually, yesterday was my oldest daughter's birthday, and it was also John's. She was born on his 21st birthday when we were in graduate school.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
you know. So that's why you seize the day, and you just keep being happy. As I've said, my book with John is complete, and now complete and perfect. This is the new book of my life, and I have to decide what I'm going to write in it. And that's, I think, true of all of us at any stage of life. Things happen, and it's not. I hate that. Oh, this is a new chapter. That's not a new chapter. This is a whole new book, and I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. And I'm going to travel. I'm going to write. I'm going to love and be loved, and enjoy every precious moment. And I'm enjoying my first podcast with you. Whoa.
I know. Well, and that's and so that was a big loss. Did you notice that it kind of put things in perspective for you when you lost John?
Oh, honey, I was married to him since I was barely legal. I'm sure I was legal in Indiana. I'm not sure. I went to college a little early, and it was my freshman year. But it was Vietnam. I mean, things just the world seemed to be, and I'm sure they experienced this during World War II or any war, Korean War or whatever. This that the world was moving quickly, and you had to grab it and do everything because you never know. And I had friends that didn't come back from there. I mean, you're young, you didn't, but I mean, younger, and yeah, I mean, it was powerful. And yes, most rebellious thing I ever did was in love with John. And it turned out to be the best thing I ever did. So yeah, we were married, until he passed away. So it's kind of tough though. I got to tell you, ladies out there, I mean, I haven't dated anyone since I was 17. So I mean, yeah. Wow, I have so much admiration for all my friends who been divorced and out there in the world. Wow. We write about this stuff, Sarah, but in reality, you go, wow, it's tough. It's very tough.
Are you on any of the apps?
Oh God, no. No, no, no.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay, good.
Oh, please. I mean, can you imagine me on an app? No.
Well, I
No.
think that you would be a big hit, but I don't think that you should do that to
No,
yourself.
no, 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 no. It's not my thing. I figure if my aging knight on a white charger comes up, he'll sweep me off my feet, and fine. We'll
That's it.
see. Yeah, right. We'll see. You think differently about it now. I'm just having a good time living my life and traveling and doing what I want. I'm writing. I mean, it did take me a while after losing John to get that peace back, because he was sick for a while. And so you're focused on that, and now getting the muse to come back. But that witch has finally returned, my muse, and we're doing some good stuff together. And I'm very excited about my memoir. My agent is working on that, and I just did a little piece on the Whitney Winnell show. One question, just a small piece on PBS, about the story. So, my agent has faith in it. It's called, The Girl Who Raised Her Mother, A Daughter's Love Story. So keep your fingers crossed.
I can't wait to read it. It sounds amazing.
It is amazing. It's a unique mother-daughter story. Because, my mother was born with the mind of a child. And but they reared her just the way they reared everybody else. And so they let her go out on parties, and all of a sudden, guess what? She's pregnant. and it's me. And they have no idea, how that happened, but we all do. And when I was 5, they told me that God had made a mistake when He created my mother, and it was our job to fix it. And I did. I did. And she had everything that she would have had she been right, as they used to say. And then after, and it was not funny. It was bittersweet when you said that you were in Istanbul and you found out and your mother passed away. I was in Istanbul and I got the call that somebody had broken into my mother's house because my grandmother had passed away. And I wanted to move my mother to an assisted living. And my aunts and uncles were like horrified. Your grandmother would be so disappointed in you, which of course stabbed me in the heart. So I said, when I get back, we have to talk about this again. And when my first night in Istanbul, I get a phone call. Somebody broke into her house and raped her.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
I know. And I had to go home and change everything. And she did live for 22 years, loved her retirement home. I mean, they helped her with bingo. I mean, she just had a wonderful time. I could hardly get her out of it to visit me. So I think it's a powerful story. And, my agent's looking for a publisher for it. But I've been trying to write a few other articles about that, about the idea of sometimes these jobs that are put on us, and we have to learn to either evaluate them, whether they really work now, and do what's really best for my mother. So there's a lot. It's pretty complex. It's pretty complex. So I'm hoping something happens. And I'm also working, well, something will happen. I'm not hoping, it will happen. And I'm working on a TV series idea. I know,
Oh,
it's
what's
crazy.
this?
It is. Somebody came to me with an idea. I mean, I'm doing all the writing, and there is a producer interested. It's about Chicago, about the Chicago Board of Trade, about a family dynasty. It's a lot of work. Have you ever put together a treatment for film?
No, but Drew, my husband has. He was a film student. It's a lot of work and
It's
it's
a
tough.
lot of work, and it's so different than putting together a proposal for a book. I mean, it's like night and day. So that's been a story. So I've been keeping busy. I
Oh
have
my
been.
gosh.
Well, I was going to do a lot of this work on the ship, but of course I was having too much fun. So now I have to make up for it. But it's all
That,
good.
that's what's tough. You bring your laptop and I'm like, I'm going to work. I'll do something. And then there's always something else to do that's
I
not
know.
work.
I hauled my laptop, which is a big one. And, I set it up. I set it up in my cabin of the ship. And I'm thinking, oh my God, when was the last time I turned that on? I was having so much fun. But that's what I was supposed to be doing. And now I'm making up for it. Now I'm
That's
making
so
up for it. Yeah,
exciting, though. The
it
show
is.
sounds amazing.
Well, I'm like most writers, I don't talk about it too much. I'm talking to you about it, but until the ink dries and the check clears. You know what I mean? You talk about, oh, I think we have a deal, and the deal falls through, and then your friends think, oh, when's it coming out? Like, well, when you're talking to a friend that isn't a writer, say, well, I just finished this book, and they say, oh, when's it coming out? Well, I got to edit it. I got to get my agent to find a buyer for it. A year or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But now it's easier. I was at Nink, and I missed you.
I know. Our son was like, you guys are traveling too much. We miss you. And when your 16-year-old said he misses you, we were like, okay, well, we just need to stay.
Well, oh no, that's true. You made the right choice. You did. You did. But it was a really good conference, I felt. I took lots of notes and walked the beach every morning. So it was great. It was great.
You should come to Author Nation in Vegas sometimes.
Oh, I love Vegas. It's like Disney World for adults.
Yes, there's Author Nation, the conference. I'm helping not run it. Yeah, I'm helping run it, I guess is the.
You'll have to email me and tell me about it.
Yes, because it's in November, but next year you should come.
Really? November what?
The
It's not
first week in
November yet?
November. No,
Pardon? The first week?
the first week in November. Yeah.
How many people usually attend?
Like 3,000. It's a big one.
Oh my God. Is it for
Yeah.
all? Is it for all writers? Or tell me about it.
Yep, it's for people that are just starting to the established ones. Tom will be there. Tom wrote Sahara, the script for that movie. He's a producer and a screenwriter.
Oh, you know what? I think he was at Novels Inc.
Yes, yes, you met Tom. Yes, TD Donnelly. Yes.
Oh, he was great. He really was. That was a great presentation. I took tons of notes, tons and tons of notes.
He's the nicest guy, and he's very Hollywood though. I love it. I'm like, you're an extrovert in a sea of introverts. It's always nice when you find the other extroverts here in the sea of introverts.
Now, what hotels, where's it held in Vegas?
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe. I'm not familiar with it.
Oh gosh, it's right next to Paris. It used to be.
Okay.
It used to be Bally's, I think.
Oh, okay. I know where it is. I mean, they have some great shopping in Vegas.
Oh.
The last time I went, it was to see Lady Gaga. It was a few years ago. My God, she was great. I'll quickly tell you the story. I'm in a party in Florida, and a friend calls that her husband passed away a week before John. So we have, gotten to be very close. And she called and said, I could get these great tickets for Lady Gaga, and she gave me the price. And I knew Gaga was coming to Chicago, so I thought, oh, sure, yeah, it'd be great. And I was dancing. I said, oh, I'll call you tomorrow. So I said, book, I'll Venmo you, right? So I call her the next morning. And I said, oh, I'm so excited. When are we going? When is she going to be in Chicago? She said, Chicago? We're going to Vegas to see her. So not only did I have the tickets, I had the airfare and the hotel. But this is funny. She was teaching me how to play video poker, which I'd never done. I won. I put $20 in, and I'm doing the video. I never played poker, and I won $2,100.
Whoa!
And then we were at another casino. I put 20 in, and I won 18. So it's pretty much took care of my trip for me. Now, I have since tried that. I did not try this at home, boys and girls, because it was beginner's luck. Right, totally beginner's luck. But I like Vegas, and she's quite a shopper. There's some great shopping there.
Oh, there really is.
Yeah.
And it's I always like Vegas. People complain about it, and I'm not even a drinker, but there's just so much to do. Like the shows are amazing there.
Well, I only drink champagne, but they have it there.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like water. That doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm thinking it's like water, except it's 100 calories. So.
Well, that's like a snack. That's like a snack.
I won't eat again today, but what can I tell you?
Just drink the champagne.
Well, I had to have a little because this is my first podcast, so I was celebrating.
Exactly. It's so exciting. Now, you have a lot of kids, right?
4.
But but you have grandkids, a lot of grandkids, right?
14.
There we go. Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's true. You have all this fun ahead of you, baby.
I know. I honestly, I can't wait because I had boys. So.
Well, I had 2 of each.
So you had the nice mix. See, we only had boys, which I'm okay with, but I want granddaughters terribly.
You will have them. But this is so funny. You're talking about my grandchildren. One of them, it's his birthday. And so he calls his mother and he calls me and says, oh, I'm having a party. And it's a little bit out of Chicago. And we said, will you come? We said, oh, of course, Andrew, of course we will. And he says, well, we're going to play paintball. And I said, what? And then we're doing a pub crawl. And I said, fine, Andrew. I'm there. I'm going to do it. So I've been preparing. I'm looking at the things you wear and, the whole bit. And one of my other grandsons, they're approximately the same age, said, Grandma, you can't. I said, well, why not? He said, because it hurts when you get hit. And whoever team you're on, they're going to win because nobody's going to shoot at you and at Heidi. And I said, fine. But then Heidi's a nurse and she has to see a patient that day. So we're just going to go to the pub crawl. Although I was prepared to do it, except this idea of even if you have pads on, and I think, what will I do with my hair?
Oh, Yeah, that paint would be hard to get out too.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Yeah, I know. So we'll just go to the pub crawl, but it'd be fun. It's
That,
great. And, I was a grandmother at not quite your age. I think I was 44.
oh
Yeah, I know
gosh.
it. Well, that's what happens when you start early. And then, my oldest son's, well, he was 23, but still, yeah, so 44.
Oh,
And
I
I
don't know
know,
if I'm ready.
what are you going to do? I know my friend said, oh my God, Cheryl, how do you feel? Oh, what are you going to do? I said, what are you talking about? What are they going to call you? I said, Grandma. I know everybody has. I just didn't think, oh gosh, I can't be called grandma. It's fine. What's in a name? What's in an age? I always say mine is unlisted. I think that's the only way to do it. Now I'm
Oh,
grandma. I'm grandma to all of them, so it's very exciting.
I think I would just be like, he's not ready. Like just thinking about my oldest son having a
Oh no, no, no.
child.
You are
I'm
not.
like,
You do not want to be a. Let's see, you're
yeah,
41. No, in 2 years or 3 years, you do not want to be a grandma.
no,
No,
no.
he's too young.
Well, I don't think we don't have a problem. He said that his girlfriend, he goes, oh, things are weird with my girlfriend. She has a crush on somebody else. And we said, well, how often do you talk to her? He only talks to her at school. They've been going out for 2 years.
He doesn't call her on the phone.
No,
Has he read any of our books?
I know. I was like, buddy, I don't think you're that into her, and that's okay. But you
Girls
got,
need attention. They need
yeah,
attention for sure.
yes. And he
That's
just,
fine. Leave it that way. Leave it that
oh,
way.
that's it. We don't need any trouble. Like I said, he's the actor. He has ladies lined up. We do not need
Oh, I've
any.
seen pictures. He's cutie. He's a cutie. But they
Yes.
both are. They're both adorable.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm partial, but they're mine.
No, they're adorable. Just enjoy every minute because trust me, they grow up quickly. They really, really do. I remember I had all four of them at, I think it's a grocery store or somewhere. And, you're hanging on to one and one's in a stroller. And this woman came up to me because I think I was a little harassed, like, oh, come over here, come back. And she said, enjoy it. Trust me, they grow up so quickly. And at that time, I think I had two in diapers or something. I think, oh my God, when are they going to do it? But they do. They do. And then, you used to be so cool and then you're not, and then you get cool again. I mean, that seems to be how it works. So 16, that's a top one.
He's starting to learn how to drive,
Uh,
and
Terrible. The first time they leave in that car, be still your heart.
oh, well, and then I had to think about insurance, like all these adult things. I'm like, I have to think about putting him on the insurance. I have to get
Oh,
him a
that's true.
car.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like, oh goodness, thank God he's a good boy. And then we just had the youngest because ours are 7 years apart. So it's kind of nice that we had 7 years with our oldest just alone. And then Walker graduates next year. So we'll have time with our youngest. And he's the one that loves to travel. So I really think
Really?
I mean, I honestly, I almost think like we should just homeschool him and just travel the world if we could make the money to do it.
We'll go do that. Make that a priority because you can
I
write books anywhere.
That's it. Books, conferences, all that stuff. I know.
Well, send me some information about this Writers Nation. Is that right? Is that
Author Nation. Yes, I'll
authors?
send you all the information.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. How's that possible?
It used to be called 20 Books.
Okay, I haven't heard of that either. I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
what
but
me.
no, don't. This was for a lot of like beginners and a lot of the indie publishing. So that's why you didn't hear from it. You have a publisher and stuff.
Well,
You're
no, I'm
next
looking.
level. You're next
No,
level.
no, no. I mean, I haven't. It's like I've been gone since John got sick, like 7 years. So it's like starting all over. Trust me, it really, really, really is. It's like starting all over. I mean, yeah, I've got my books are with publishers, but I haven't had a book out for a little while because I wasn't writing, because I was concentrating on keeping, you know, John with me and just adjusting to this new book that I'm writing about my life. And so as you can see, I'm trying to keep as busy as possible. And I have all my charity work too. So It's pretty full. It's very full. As you know, if you follow my blog.
Yes, talk about that though, because it's really inspiring. All the charity that you do.
Well, I do. I just chaired the Lighthouse for the Blind, their event for children who are visually impaired and also have developmental needs. I mean, it breaks the school breaks your heart. And of course, developmental needs are so close to my heart because my mother, I mean, by the time I was 5, I was older than she. I mean, she could never learn to read or write. And it's just, it's like giving a voice to the most vulnerable among us. And that is our children and our adults, because there are a lot of programs, but after they turn 22, they go away. And I often think, what if my mother hadn't had me? I mean, really, it's yeah. So and Service Club, we give a lot of grants, and a lot of our grants are given to agencies that help those with learning disabilities, with all sorts of problems that they need special care for. So I feel like you got to give back. And it really is a great sense of accomplishment. And I think that it makes Chicago a better place in which to live for everybody. So I think it's important to give back. So, of course, my former agent used to tell me that if I spent as much time on my writing as I did my charity work, that we'd both be a lot richer. And that is true. That is true. But I am concentrating. Like I've been, it wasn't a charity event last night, the fashion show, but I've been out every night this week. So tonight I had my writers meeting. I had this great conversation with you. And now I've got to get back to my computer and spend the night in. I know, I'm Friday night in. I'm getting used to it though. I'm getting used to it. It's good. I got a lot to do.
Well, you're so busy. I mean, you're an inspiration, period.
Well, you inspire me too, sweetheart. I love the hair. I love the lighter color, by the way.
Yes, right? I got the
Yeah.
middle-aged streaks going. I'm
Oh,
growing it out.
Stop that. No, I like it a lot. It's great. And it's a little longer too.
Yeah, I'm growing it out.
Yeah.
I'm with you with the rules. Let's just have long hair. I think I might have to try Botox though soon. Unfortunately.
Why not?
I was always against it, and now I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
You should do whatever makes you feel spiritually abundant. I mean, really. I mean, where extensions. I mean, now going under the knife. That's you worry about that a teeny bit because of complications. But Botox, fillers, they're all going to fade away anyway. I mean, you get a Botox in 3 or 4 months, you're going to need more of it. So.
I know that's the other thing. Once I start, it's just never ending.
Although I know people that have started in their 20s, which, yeah, can you imagine? But
no,
whatever you want to do.
I didn't have the money in my 20s to do that, I feel like.
Well, some of these young professionals do, but that's okay. That's okay. Just be the best version of yourself at any given time. That's how I feel about it. And
I think that's good life advice.
Thank you. I'll send that. If I need appointed, I would need and my other one, because I'm sure this happens to you too, that people will come up, and this has happened to me literally all over the world. And I'm not trying to, blow my horn or anything, but people will come up because, I like to play dress up and, the hair, the whole bit. In West Africa, we're at this mall, and this woman, lovely, with this little darling girl, she was in a school uniform. She came up and she said, "Are you on the ship?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And doing some shopping. And she said, "I just told my daughter, I want to be just like you instead of saying older, when I grow up." I said, she says, "What is your secret?" And I said, "Never surrender. That's my secret. Never surrender. Don't surrender to the rules or anything else. And I think that you have that too in you. You don't surrender.
No, I definitely do not. But I'm with you where the only person, especially now that my parents are gone, that I have to make proud is myself. I'm the only person I owe anything to.
And you're the only person that can make you happy. You cannot
That's
depend
it.
on anybody. I mean, heaven knows my family, my friends, you know, they make me happy. But you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning or at night and say, you know, I like you. You did a good job today, you know. And then some people can't say that. And that makes me sad. And that's kind of what we're kind of refocusing our blog and our YouTube on, you know, as I said, abundance, curiosity, still growing, to, you know, kind of encourage women to do that. Because you can say, oh, well, you know, now that I'm, you know, whatever age, you know, I'm not supposed to be able to do that. I shouldn't do that. Who says? Who makes these rules? Actually, I think I'm going to do a whole series on that. It's like, you know, I'm focusing on the clothes in a few coming weeks. What about that hair? You just brought it up. Who says I can't have hair like this? You know, who says? You know, like I have short, poofy hair, and it looks different than everybody else. So I don't care. I like it. You know, when they say, God, it's so high, I said, higher to heaven, closer to God.
That's it. It frames your beautiful face. They're just jealous
God.
they don't have that beautiful face.
Honestly, I did not know that you could see my face in a podcast.
You just wake up beautiful. It's just natural.
Honey, no. Natural beauty, an hour 20. Hour 30.
It's worth it.
Well, just in case Destiny knocks and my aging knight on a shining, you know, and shining armor on a horse arrives in my hallway, although the horse won't fit.
That's all right. You're going to write those books. You're good. You're living for you now. I feel like you had the love of your life. That's how I would feel. Now live your life.
That's what I'm going to do. And whatever happens, I'm going to write beautiful books, which I don't hope, I know they would sell because they would be full of inspiration. And I'm going to just enjoy every minute because there's inspiration is out there. All you have to do is grab it. Yeah. And I know I've been on for an hour, so
yes,
we have to end this, but it's so much fun, Sarah.
Yes.
I missed you.
I missed you too. I'll send you all that stuff for Author Nation. And I have a business idea, and I think that you would be really good for it. So I'll get in contact with you about that.
Do that. You know, I'm open to suggestions, okay?
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It was so much fun. My first podcast. We have that now.
Yes, she did it.
I know.
In the words of the legend, never surrender. Never surrender. You go write those books, girl. I can't wait to read it.
I will. Thank you.
All of it.
Thank you, sweetheart. Bye-bye.